Have you ever felt like everything was going so right with a guy and then out of nowhere, he just pulled back? Like one minute he was all in calling, texting, making plans. And the next it's like he was quietly watching you, trying to figure something out but not saying a word? Here's something most people won't admit out loud. Men secretly test women. Not to hurt you. Not to play games. But to answer a silent question running through their mind. Is she just fun for now? Or is she someone I can build a life with? These tests are subtle. You won't find them in a text or a sweet compliment. But they're always happening. In how you react when plans change. In the way you speak about yourself. Even in those tiny moments where he sees your realness, not your perfection. And the truth is, if you don't know what these tests are, you might be failing them without even realizing it. Not because you're doing something wrong, but because no one ever told you what he's actually looking for. So let's change that. Let's talk about the 10 secret, wife material, tests men use. Because once you know what they are, you'll stop overthinking his mixed signals and start understanding what he's really trying to find in you. Number 1. The emotional safety test. Every man, even the one who looks tough, confident, and put together on the outside, wants to know one thing deep down. Can I be real with her? Can I be vulnerable and still feel respected? Not in the first week. Maybe not even the first month. But he'll give you small moments. Little cracks in the armor. A quiet sigh, a story he never told anyone, a hint of something that hurt him. And then he watches. Do you listen, or do you rush to give advice? Do you judge, or do you let him just feel? Can you sit with him in silence when his words don't come easily? Because to him, that's where the truth lies. Wife material isn't about how pretty you are or how well you cook. It's about this. Can he fall apart in front of you and still feel like a man? When he shares even a little piece of his pain, he's not just venting. He's testing, can I trust her with the rest of me? He doesn't need you to fix him. He needs to feel like your heart is a safe place to land. And when you give him that, when you stay soft even when he shows you his brokenness, you don't just become the woman he likes. You become the woman he never wants to lose. Number 2. The chaos test. Life gets messy. The car breaks down. He's late. Stress takes over. He snaps. But he's not really testing how you fix the chaos. He's watching how you are with him in it. Do you add fuel to the fire or do you bring calm to the storm? Because the way your voice stays soft when everything else is loud, that's what sticks with him. He notices how your eyes say, "We'll figure this out." Not, "This is your fault." He sees the way you hold his hand, not to blame him, but to steady him. You don't run from the mess. You help him walk through it. You don't fight the chaos. You become the peace inside it. And to a man, a woman who can do that, she's not just attractive. She's unforgettable. She's rare. She's the calm in his storm. She's the kind of woman a man doesn't want to lose. Number 3. The you versus them test. This one's subtle, almost invisible if you're not paying close attention. He introduces you to his friends, maybe even family, and then he steps back. Not physically, but emotionally. Quietly, deliberately, he watches. He's not looking for someone to impress his friends. He's watching to see if you belong. Do you blend in effortlessly, or do you shrink or try too hard to stand out? Do you listen more than you speak, bringing warmth into the room, or do you create tension? Do you lift others up, or secretly compete to be the brightest? He's not testing your charm, he's testing your peace. Without saying a word, he's asking, can I bring her into my world and breathe easier? He wants someone who doesn't just fit in, but who makes everything feel more grounded. He watches to see if your energy expands his life or quietly drains it. Because at the core, he's not looking for a trophy, he's searching for home. Number 4. The ambition compatibility test. Men don't just want a woman who's successful, they want a partner whose dreams can run side by side with theirs. It's not about competing or outshining, it's about inspiring and supporting each other's visions. He'll bring up the future in little ways. I've been thinking of moving cities. Or, one day, I'd love to open a business. And in those moments, he's watching closely not just at your words, but at how your eyes light up. Are you excited? Supportive? Or do you feel threatened? When you celebrate his dreams, you become the silent power behind his boldest moves. Your belief in him fuels his courage to take risks he never thought possible. Men fall deeply for women who listen, not just with their ears, but with their hearts. They want a champion, not a challenger. The way you show up for his hopes makes him feel safe enough to be vulnerable. And when two people dare to dream as one, respect and shared purpose create a bond stronger than attraction alone. Because here's the truth. When he sees you lighting up at his dreams, he starts picturing a future where you're both unstoppable, running side by side, building a life no one else could imagine. Number 5. The conflict test. Here's something you'll never see coming. He'll start a small argument, maybe on purpose, maybe by accident, and then quietly watch how you react. It's not about who wins or loses. What really matters to him is how you fight. Do you get angry and bring up old hurts? Do you throw insults or go low? Or do you stay calm, listen carefully, and try to understand his side? Because to him, the way you handle fights shows how you'll handle the big challenges in a marriage. If you fight fair, with respect and patience, it means you can handle anything together. If you tear each other down, it's a red flag for the future. How you fight now is a sneak peek into how you'll fight forever. And sometimes, the smallest arguments tell the biggest stories about your love. So watch closely, because how you argue is the real test of your relationship. Number 6. The independence test. He might disappear for a little while. Not ghosting you, but stepping back to see how you react. He's watching closely. Will you fall apart without him? Will you chase after him? Or will you stay strong, living your life fully and beautifully? A woman who has her own center, her own happiness, her own light, that woman is truly magnetic. She doesn't depend on anyone else to feel complete. She's whole on her own. And that's exactly the kind of woman men want to marry. Not someone who needs them to be happy, but someone who chooses them because she wants to. Because when you have your own joy, you become unstoppable. You're not a question mark waiting for an answer, you're a full story that's worth knowing. Men notice that strength. They respect it. And they want to be the one standing next to it, not holding it up. Real love isn't about filling a gap, it's about celebrating two whole hearts choosing to walk together. Number 7. The respect boundary test. He will set a boundary, big or small. Maybe he says, I need some quiet time when I'm working. Or, I don't like being shouted at. And then he waits. He waits to see if you will respect that boundary or push against it just to get your way. For a man, disrespect isn't always loud or obvious. It's in those small moments when his voice is ignored or his needs are brushed aside. Those little things add up, they show how much you really care about him. Being wife material means honoring boundaries, not just his, but yours too. It means understanding that respect is the foundation of love. It means giving space without feeling threatened, listening without judging, and loving without controlling. A woman who respects boundaries builds trust, and trust creates a safe place for love to grow. When you honor his limits, you show him you see him not just as a partner, but as a person. And that's what real connection is made of. Number 8. The "Can she grow with me?" test. This isn't about a quick moment or a passing phase. This is long term. He's watching closely, paying attention to if you're open to feedback, open to change, open to growing. Men want a woman who's not stuck in her old ways, but also not someone who just says yes to everything. They want a woman who knows her worth, who can listen without getting defensive, and who can say, I hear you. Let's figure this out together. That kind of woman? She's rare. She's precious. She's something you don't find every day. Because real love is built on two people who are willing to grow, not perfect, but ready to learn. He's not looking for someone who never changes. He's looking for someone who can change with him. Emotional maturity is the key. It's about showing up with honesty and openness, not just charm. When you show him you're willing to grow, you're telling him you're in this for the long haul. And trust me, That's the kind of woman no man will ever want to let go of. Number 9. The loyalty and absence test. When he's not around, how do you really talk about him? What do you post on your stories or your feed? Do you find yourself flirting just to feel noticed or get some quick validation? Here's the truth. Men notice more than you think. Even when you believe he's not watching, he's quietly paying attention. Loyalty isn't only about being physically present. It's about what you put out, your energy, your respect, your truth. When a man senses that deep, quiet loyalty, that unwavering faith in him and the relationship, something inside him changes. He stops looking for excitement somewhere else because he knows where his heart belongs. Real loyalty is silent, strong, and it speaks louder than any words. It's not about controlling or proving anything, it's about being genuine, even when no one's looking. Because true love isn't just about actions you show in public, it's about the energy you carry when you're alone. And that kind of loyalty? It's magnetic. It makes him want to stay, to fight, to build something real with you. Number 10. The alignment test. He's not just looking at who you are right now. He's imagining a whole life with you 5 years from now, 10 years, even 20 years ahead. He's picturing mornings waking up next to you, building dreams together, facing challenges side by side. Do your values match? Do you both want the same kind of family, the same kind of peace, the same kind of happiness? It's never about being perfect, it's about being real and in sync with each other's hearts. When a man sees that long-term connection, that shared vision, that's when he stops seeing you as just someone special. That's when he starts seeing you as home. Because home isn't a place, it's a feeling safe, understood, and deeply loved. He wants to build a future with someone who shares his dreams and can grow with him through every season. When your hearts beat in the same rhythm, the years don't scare him, they excite him. True love isn't about who shines brightest today, it's about who stays loyal through all of life's changes. And that's the moment he knows you're not just a chapter, but his whole story. Conclusion. If you've ever asked yourself, why didn't he choose me? Or thought, what did I do wrong? Here's the truth, it's not about you. Sometimes, it's about a silent language men speak when they're looking for something real. And the best part? Now you know that language. You're no longer guessing or wondering. You're ready to see through the signs, understand his heart, and choose your worth. Because you deserve someone who truly sees you exactly as you are. If this opened your eyes or made you feel seen, hit that like button and subscribe. And hey, share this with a friend who needs to hear this today. Because we're not here to beg for love. We're here to become women who are so deeply aligned that the right man sees it and never lets go.